We're talking today about how to build effective networking relationships on LinkedIn. I am Evolve Benton, the Speaking for Profit coach. Welcome to the Speakers Room Live. I'm very thankful for you all who are joining us for today's conversation and to talk a little bit more about one of my favorite social networking spaces, which is LinkedIn. I find that LinkedIn is such a promising space for us to be able to build relationships with other business owners and with decision makers. So I'm looking forward to us getting into our conversation today about how to build effective networking relationships on LinkedIn. So if you're listening now, just put hashtag live in the comments. If you're listening in the near and dear future, put hashtag replay as we get into this amazing conversation today about LinkedIn and networking. So let's get into it, y'all. And for folks who don't know, I am currently on LinkedIn. I would love to connect with you. So if you are watching on the platform or if you're watching somewhere else, head over to LinkedIn, look up Evolve Benton, connect with me, and just let me know that you found me in this live. And I would love to connect with you, stay connected, and continue to build community in this space. So LinkedIn has been such an amazing platform for me. I've been on probably for a few years now. And what's been really cool about it is I've been able to build relationships and connections with over 8,000 amazing individuals. Some of these folks I went to college with or went to different universities with that in the past, went to high school with, some people I grew up with, and some people I just met in the workplace. But a lot of people I met through my work as a speaker and a consultant. And I think that there's just so much promise in business owners being able to build dynamic and amazing relationships on LinkedIn. So I just want to give you some strategies and some tips that you can utilize in order to build authentic relationships. Because what I understand is when you have a business where you're selling yourself, whether that's as a consultant, a coach, or a speaker, this is a relationship and a reputation business. And in order for us to really build sustainable relationships, we have to be authentic, we have to be real. And there's some strategies that I've utilized that I think have really helped me build relationships with decision makers, but also build relationships with my peers. And I love when people come to me. I don't know about y'all, but people come to me because they see the labor I'm doing, the labor of love, but also because they know I'm real. And I want that for you. And I think that sometimes when it comes to business and it comes to sales or being able to really work with people, we get caught up in numbers. We get caught up in, um, I want to make more. We get caught up in scarcity and we're not really ourselves. So I wanted to give you a few strategies, actually three that you can utilize today to build better, solid relationships. Because the truth is this, y'all, if you're a speaker or consultant and you're able to build relationships with at least 5 to 10 organizations and you're able to do business with them every year, that's your business. You've got sustainability. So I find that LinkedIn is the perfect place to be able to do that. So let's get into the conversation about building effective relationships on LinkedIn. One of the first steps that I did when I first got on LinkedIn is I looked up my Dream 100, and I want that for you as well. So go on and get your notebook out if you don't have it yet. This is going to be more of a I'm speaking to you conversation. So you want to take some notes. I built relationships with my Dream 100. So I looked up who are the top people in my industry, and I'm in diversity, equity, inclusion. I do a lot of work around particularly gender and LGBT inclusion. But who are the people in my workplace who are, or my network and my industry who are rock stars that I admire, that I really want to get connected to? And for me, one of those people was Oprah. So I remember I was on LinkedIn and I looked up, I said, who works at the OWN network, right? Like, can I get connected to some of those folks so I can get closer connected to Oprah? And the way that LinkedIn works in particular is that it's based off of connections, right? So depending on who you're connected to determines who else you can get connected to. So some of y'all might try to connect with me. And if we're don't have like someone in common, it might be difficult on LinkedIn. You might have to wait, right? And it goes into like a back area. So it's based off of really connections in the sense of first and second degree and even third degree. And that means you know someone who knows someone, or you know someone who knows someone who knows someone, right? Or you just know someone, right? Which is the one degree. So for me, making a list of people in my industry who I really wanted to be connected to in the space, and then actually sending a connection request and then a message of gratitude really worked for me in the beginning, right? Like I made a list of like 50 to 100 people do I want to make sure that I'm connected to. And that's where I started organically. Who are these people? And just connecting to them, and once I'm connected, thanking them for their labor, their book, the thing that they put out that I really admire, and then following them and continuing to follow the content and the things that they produce on LinkedIn to build relationships. So many of us are into posting on social media, but we're not into engaging with others. And I think that everyone, even someone that you admire in your industry, or someone who's been a while around for a while, is going to appreciate the gratitude that you give them for the labor of love that they're doing by producing content on LinkedIn. So making sure that when you do connect with people, you don't just connect with them, send them one message and disappear, but you continue to interact with their content and the things that they're producing, because that's how you build relationships. Just think about your homies, think about your friends. You admire their new job, you admire the new things that they're doing in their life. And that allows you to continue to build relationships with one another. So it's so important that we're authentic and that we lead with curiosity and with a gratitude, because that shows that that's how we're going to work with people. That makes us a household name. Posting a bunch of content doesn't make us a household name. Actually having human connection is the thing that's going to take us to the next level. Right? So the first step is make your list of Dream 100, connect with them on LinkedIn, and then send a appreciation message after that, and make sure that you keep up with them. Don't just go in for an ask of a sale. Can you buy this? Can you pay me to speak? Can you pay me to consult? Build the relationship first. And it doesn't take that long, right? You can do that for maybe a month or two, and then you can go in for the ask, because the person will know you and you'll know them, instead of just sending a message and then going in to ask them for an opportunity. I was actually on a call with a client yesterday, and they had some messaging going out, and it was just real salesy. And I was like, wait, hold on. We don't want to misuse this ability to be able to connect with people that we really admire. We want to take it slow. And what I find is that a lot of people who are leading on LinkedIn and other platforms with messaging that's really salesy are in a space of scarcity and fear, right? They're thinking that their business isn't going to grow. They're thinking that their business is moving too slow. There's a lot of anxiety in it. So they're just sending messages, hoping that someone will answer. And that desperation can be read through it. So we don't want to start a relationship that way, right? So that's the first way: personalized connections. The second way to build effective relationships on LinkedIn when it comes to networking is joining groups, right? LinkedIn has an amazing space where they have groups. I'm actually a part of a really cool group right now. It's called LGBTQ Professionals. And it's been really amazing to see the organizer of that group grow it out, right? And I think when I joined, it might have been at maybe like 4,000 people. And in the last like month or two, it's grown to 10,000 people in that group. And what I've been doing is when I see people that come in the group who introduce themselves, it's been a little overwhelming, I have to admit, like getting 10,000 people in there. So I haven't done it as much as I did in the beginning. I actually probably should go back in. But what I've been doing is when I see people who enter the group who have an intersectional industry or who are doing some interesting work, and they have the courage to introduce themselves in the group, I thank them for their introduction, and then I connect with them on LinkedIn so that we can build more of a relationship. Because there's something really courageous about introducing yourself, putting your name, putting your pronouns, putting what you do in a group of people you don't even know, that I really admire. And I introduce myself in every group that I join as well. So I also know, okay, we're connected, we're fam, we do the same thing, we communicate in the same way, we can probably build something together. But I make sure that there's a connection, right? Like there's some people in that group who are speakers and consultants. Maybe we can work together. Some folks doing DEI work, some folks who are authors and artists. And I'm like, okay, cool. These are people that I want to be connected with on LinkedIn anyways. And now I know that they have an intersectional identity as an LGBTQI professional. So I'm going to go on and connect with them. So if you're in a group, being an active member, number one, showing appreciation to others, engaging, not just using the group to share and market the amazing things that you have going on in your business, but also admiring other people are going to really allow you to build relationships. Oftentimes, we're taught to use groups in like this fishing way where we're looking for new clients. And there's a lot of coaches that use this salesy method, and I think it's important that we don't just go in groups looking for something, but we really go into those groups to build relationships. And LinkedIn groups are moving and taking a lot of um, space and movement and growth right now. I've seen people committing to showing up in those groups in ways that they didn't show up before. So it's really important that we don't turn those spaces into like these salesy spaces. We want them to be places where people can really build and grow together. So that's the second way. Get into LinkedIn groups, build relationships with folks. It's going to really help you to get to know them and to also get to know your marketplace. And in order to find a LinkedIn group, there's a search section on LinkedIn. You just go there, search your industry, and a bunch of different groups will populate that you can join and help out with. Now, I'll give you one more tip that I always suggest. When you join a group on LinkedIn, make sure that you go and you connect with the group administrator and you thank them for creating the group because they're doing the labor of love by creating it and holding space as an administrator. And as they look for other people to support with the group, to maybe even come and do presentations, they're going to think about you because you gave them gratitude and you showed appreciation. So for folks who are just tapping in, going to put hashtag live in the comments and maybe where you're watching from, your location. Today we're talking about building effective networking relationships on LinkedIn. And I kind of went through the first two. The first one is making that list of Dream 100, connecting with people and showing gratitude. And then the second way to do that is to get into LinkedIn groups and build great relationships with folks. Now, for you all who are here who might not know, I am actually dropping an amazing course on Black Friday called the LinkedIn Growth Blueprint course, where I'm going to show you how to put together a profitable LinkedIn profile, how to get into conversations with people, how to really build out a LinkedIn system that allows you to build relationships and grow your business in 2024. So that course is normally $497. When it drops on Black Friday, it's going to be $97. And the way that we're going to be giving this out to people is through our wait list. So I would love for you, in fact, what I'm going to do really quick is just share the page with you so that you can see it. But I would love for you to go and head over to, let me make sure I get this link up for you. Speakingforprofit.com/LinkedIn growth course. And I'll put the link into the comments for you so you have that as well. Let me see if I can grab it. Go there, join the wait list so that when we drop this amazing course, you get access to it right away and you're able to grow your LinkedIn and take it to the next level in 2024 or in this year, y'all. Like this year is not done. I just had a client, which I'm really excited about, that just booked the opportunity and they booked two opportunities for December. So don't think that you can't still get paid in 2024. It's not too late for that. So head over to this website, go on and join the wait list. And if you can't get the link or something's going on, just put the word blueprint into the comments and I'll be sure to send that over to you or one of my team members will. We want to make sure that you get on this wait list because we're only going to send out the link for the LinkedIn growth course. We're only going to send that out to folks who are on the wait list. So if you don't join it, unfortunately, you won't get access to it. But if you can get there, get on the list. We look forward to supporting you and growing out your LinkedIn profile so that you can build relationships with decision makers, ultimately secure the bag, and build yourself a sustainable business. All right, cool. Enough of that public service announcement, as we're to call it. Let's get back into our conversation today, which is all about how to build effective relationships, right? So we went through the first two. Let's get into the last one, which I think could be really great for people. And I think it's underutilized because people don't think about it, but I think about it. I'm telling y'all right now. And I know if you're using LinkedIn to get a job or to get your next client, people are looking at it as well. So there is a section on LinkedIn. And what I'll actually do, let me see if I can share it with y'all real quick because I want y'all to see where it exists because it's on the profile, but it's not, readily available. So if you scroll all the way down to the bottom of your LinkedIn profile, there's a section here called recommendations. This is such a powerful section where you can build relationships with folks on LinkedIn, and this is on everyone's profile. And let me make sure I'm sharing my screen so y'all can see that. There we go. So it's all the way on the bottom of the screen, and you're going to see it's a recommendation section right there on LinkedIn. Being willing to ask others for their recommendation is really going to help you build out your LinkedIn profile. Number one, when employers or other people who are interested in working with you go to make their final decision, the place that they're going to go, y'all, is going to be to your recommendations. They're going to see what have other people said about you. What have they said about working with you? But what happens is that we do projects or we have jobs and we forget to reach out to people. We're like, you know what? It was cool, but we don't ask them for a recommendation. We don't ask them for a testimonial. I'm actually going to be asking my past employer because I don't have any recommendations for them. And I worked there for almost 10 years and I never asked for it. But I know if I reach out to a couple of my old supervisors that I had really great relationships with, they'll do it. They'll give it to me. Right. So being willing to ask, but also being willing to give. This is a business that is reputation and relationships are about giving and receiving, right? So even if you're not the one who's gotten a lot of recommendations, be willing to give some recommendations to your colleagues, to your coworkers, to your fellow entrepreneurs, business owners, speakers, and consultants, because that's going to also give that energy back to you. Really using that recommendation section not only just to boost your profile, but to build relationships and show appreciation to other people is a great way to build relationships. And one thing that I'm actually thinking about doing that I'm really excited about in 2024, I see people creating some really great content on LinkedIn. There's this one person who shares grants all the time. And I'll take their list of grants and I'll share it with my clients. And I want to give them a recommendation. I'm going to give them a recommendation on LinkedIn just for the work that they're doing there. How do we not just show appreciation for people who we've had transactions with, but show appreciation for people who have created content or expertise, who have created shortcuts for us and now we don't have to do the labor of it, and really showing that appreciation to build a relationship as well. So you can give a referral or a recommendation to anyone on LinkedIn as long as you're connected. So what does it look like to give your Dream 100, right, recommendations and thank them for maybe the books or articles or the talk that you've seen them do at a conference, and really build out those sustainable and real relationships with people? It could be so powerful. So what I really want y'all to think about as y'all are going into building good relationships and networking, this is about giving and receiving. This is about building gratitude and appreciation into your business and into your systems. This isn't about a spreadsheet. This is about being human and being really, really intuitive with the relationships that you need to build. I was just on a call with a client and they were like, you know what I want to work on in 2024, Evolve? I want to work on building better relationships. And really the key to that, y'all, is showing up for people. There's so much distractions and so many things happening on social media, but when you are watching something that you really appreciate, thanking that person can take it to the next level. There's so many people who have reached out to me to say, Evolve, I want you to come speak. I want you to come do this. I want you to come do that, because they've seen me giving value in another space and they really appreciate it. And they've told me. The other thing is people want to know that they're doing well. So you showing that appreciation is really going to work. So let's go into it, right, y'all? Let's go into the top three. Top three ways. I'm going to go through them one more time. The first way, right, is to connect with your Dream 100. Make sure you connect with your Dream 100, send them a connection, and then show gratitude to the content that they're producing on LinkedIn before you ask them for anything. The second way is to get into LinkedIn groups, ones that are connected with your industry or your identity, build relationships with people who are in the same industry or in intersectional industries, connect with them, show them appreciation. And the third way is to utilize LinkedIn recommendations by giving recommendations or asking for them so that you can build relationships with folks, right? It's really simple and it really starts with you and your gratitude. So for folks who are here and who are really interested in implementing this, we're going to be dropping the LinkedIn Growth Blueprint course, y'all, on Black Friday. I really want y'all to join this wait list. So I'll put it back up here so y'all can get access to that. Just go over there. I actually put the link into the comments as well. I think that that's going to be a great way for y'all to get started with LinkedIn. Like I said, this course has actually never been put out to the public, y'all, but we've got it out and we're putting it out for y'all to support y'all. But normally when we charge it, it's in our core program and it's about $497. But we're going to do it for $97 on Black Friday. All you've got to do is get to the wait list. And I just put the link into the comments, but it's also here. If you can't get to the link for some reason, just comment the word blueprint in the video, and my team and I will be sure to send you that link so you can get on the wait list. Once you join the wait list for the LinkedIn Growth Blueprint course, which is going to be amazing for you and your business, on Black Friday, you're going to get the link so that you can get in. We're only going to give this away to 20 people at that price. So you want to be the first one to get the link. That's why you want to get on the wait list, right? So you can get it at that price. It's going to teach you how to grow out your LinkedIn. It's going to teach you how to create content on there that builds relationships with decision makers. It's going to teach you how to really set it up in a way where it's a funnel for you and you can be successful. So I'm excited, y'all. If y'all didn't know, LinkedIn is connected to 95% of Fortune 500 companies in the world. In the world, y'all. This is not just something that takes place in the US, which is where I live. Can expand you to be an international reach. So it's really important that you're on the platform, but that you have a profile that's set up for success. Because if you're reaching out to your Dream 100 and your profile isn't set up all the way, it's not in creator mode, you're not doing the things that could really set you up for success. You're going to be setting yourself up but not building the best relationships with people. That's why I want this for you. So head over to speakingforprofit.com/LinkedIn -growth -course -presale, and we will add you to the wait list. And on Black Friday, you'll get that link so that you can take your business to the next level. All right, y'all. It's been an honor to talk to y'all today about LinkedIn and how you can continue to grow your business through that platform, but really how you can continue to build sustainable, authentic relationships with people and continue to change the world, because that's really what I want for y'all. I want y'all to be able to change the world and take this to the next level. So I'm so excited and thankful to hold this space with y'all. I hope you have a good day. And until next time, peace.